Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital early spoilers November 10th to 14th. Carly's ruthless scheme and Anna's brutal assault. As we always do on early edition day, we start with what's coming the rest of this week, then dive into what's ahead for next week. So on Wednesday, November 5th, we've got Nathan West, Ryan Pavey, talking to Damian Spinelli, Bradford Anderson, and Felicia Scorpio, Christina Wagner. And he asks if they're hinting that he should not enforce his custody rights for James West, Gary James Fuller. It looks like Nathan may agree that it's best he doesn't take James out of the only home he knows and away from his siblings because Spinelli and Felicia are relieved. According to GH Spoilers, Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, has a private moment with acting DA Justine Turner, Nazneen contractor. They're at the axe-throwing place, and Sonny may put Portia Robinson, Brooke Kerr, on Justine's radar, but he's also flirting with her. Sonny tells Justine if she doesn't feel safe around him, she can go. But she won't because she's plotting against Sonny, but he's plotting against her. Will Justine fall for the dimples? General Hospital spoilers. Anna Devane desperate. Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Grahn, is there for Danny Morgan, Asher Jarrett and Tonneson. They are dealing with the one-year anniversary of his mom, Sam McCall's, Kelly Monaco, death. Alexis wanted Scout Kane, Cosette Abinante, to be with all of them, but Drew Kane Quartermain, Cameron Matheson, really doesn't want Danny around. He's telling Alexis that he let his mom Sam down, and I think that's about his separation from Scout. Of course, Alexis is going to tell Danny it's not true, but this may be about his behavior that is keeping him banned. Anna tells Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, she needs to know if Caesar Faison, Anders Hove, is still alive and says she has to be the one to finish him. Anna lands in a dangerous situation after that. She is chloroformed in her car this week, so she's attacked. Looks like she might be kidnapped. It could be Faison if he is alive or somebody who works for him. Honestly, it could be the WSB. It could be Jen Sidwell, Carlo Rota. There are lots of options. GH spoilers. Gio tries to get through to Tracy. Gio Palmieri, Giovanni Mazza, tries to reason with Tracy Quartermain, Jane Elliott, maybe try to talk her into letting Ronnie Bard, Erica Slezak, and everybody come back home. I'm sure she's going to dig in her heels. Tracy tells Gio there's been a reversal of fortune and reveals that Monica Quartermain, Leslie Charlson, left to the house, but I wonder if she's going to tell him everybody sided with the traitor. Gio actually likes Ronnie as well, so we'll see if he sides with the others. General Hospital spoilers. A familiar face returns and new missions begin. Thursday, November 6th, we've got a familiar face back in Port Charles. Maybe it's Faison or maybe it's Peter August, Wes Ramsey, because maybe one of them kidnapped Anna. But my personal top guess is Valentine Cassadine, James Patrick Stewart, because it looks like he has been transferred away from Steinmauer and into a United States WSB prison, maybe even locally there in Port Charles. Felicia Scorpio, Christina Wagner, has a new PI case to use her skills on, and she may be looking into Nathan's 7-year disappearance. There's some hard work ahead for Tracy, and I'm sure it's trying to reconcile with family, but you know, she's going to be stubborn. Marco catches Lucas Jones, Van Hansis, off guard and he asks Lucas to move into Windermere with him, which of course is where Sidwell lives, too. So, kind of an interesting proposition. Jack Brennan, Chris McKenna, has a new mission for Jocelyn Jacks, Eden McCoy, because he wants her to get close to Sidwell. To do that, Jack wants Jocelyn to stay very close to her Uncle Lucas, find out everything she can about Marco, about Sidwell, and if Lucas moves into Windermere, that'll be a lot easier for her to do. General Hospital spoilers. Sidwell and Ava get closer. Friday, November 7th on General Hospital, we've got Sidwell very impressed with Ava Jerome, Maura West. There's been a flirty vibe between them for a while. I think she's single as a Pringle at this point. And Sidwell may see Ava as being very useful to him, which is probably accurate. She may be around Windermere and Sidwell more if Lucas moves in. Carly has an update for Valentine. And I'm sure it's on their plan to take down Brennan. Carly is ready to get to plotting and discuss the next move they need to make to take this guy down. Laura Spencer's, Jeannie Francis, re-election campaign is threatened. Sidwell pushed her and he may push it into the public how close she is with Sonny to help her opponent Ezra Boyle, Daniel Cosgrove. Jason gets together to confer with Sonny on Friday. And it may be about the Drew shooting and how to take the heat off Michael Corinthos, Rory Gibson, and throw Portia under the bus. I do wonder if Sonny's going to tell Jason he met with Justine. I bet Jason warns him away from the Lady DA if Sonny brings it up, but he never listens. Charlotte Cassadine, Bluesy Burke, and Emma work on their strategy to get proof on Dalton. And of course, Rocco Falceroni, Finn Francis Carr, plans to steal the lab key fob from Britt Westbourne, Kelly Thibault, to help out. GH Weekly Preview November 10th to 14th. Election drama, budding romances, and shocking alibis. The week of November 10th through the 14th, we should have election results coming to Port Charles. I'm interested to see if Laura loses her campaign because of Sonny and Sidwell's posturing or if she hangs on to her office. My vote is for Mayor Laura. Portia faces questions about her whereabouts during Drew's shooting, and she will be forced to share her alibi. Meanwhile, Jordan Ashford, Tanisha Harper, and Curtis Ashford, Donnell Turner, get closer and they may hit the sheet soon. Carly and Valentine are ready to make their next move to destroy Jack as Jocelyn gets closer to her boss doing more assignments. General Hospital spoilers. Will Lucas say yes? Marco presses Lucas to move into Windmere. It might feel too fast for Lucas, but Joss may encourage it because of her WSB job. Ava may offer Lucas a safety net and say, you know, if it doesn't work out, you can always come back to my place. Michael and Jacinda Bracken, Paige Herschel, take their fake romance out on a public date as an official couple. She still needs to return Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watrose, big old check. I bet it won't be too long until Michael and Jacinda are actually a real couple and getting intimate. Brooke Lynn Quartermaine, Amanda Setton, lays into Harrison Chase, Josh Swickard. And it may be about defending Willow Tate, Caitlin McMullen, and insisting that she's innocent. Unresolved mysteries and lingering questions in Port Charles. Sidwell and Ava get flirtier, but of course, Sidwell's always working an agenda. I'm wondering when is Rick Lansing, Rick Hurst, going to pop up now that he's free from the Jerome Davis coven? It's been a minute. Last time that we saw him, he was at the hospital getting treated for dehydration after being strapped to a gurney for 30 days and drugged. I'd like to see what he's up to. And you know, he's going to be after on the edge of another meltdown as the week kicks off with chaos, revenge, and betrayal. From Carly Corinthos' latest power move to Anna Devane's shocking attack, the upcoming days promise explosive drama that shakes every corner of town. Lines are being crossed, alliances shattered, and lives changed forever. Carly's ruthless scheme, the Queen of Deception, strikes again. Carly Spencer has never been one to sit quietly when backed into a corner, and this week, she proves that her scheming skills are sharper than ever. After months of rebuilding her life, Carly's patience finally snaps when she learns that Nina's immunity deal might not protect her from a financial scandal brewing in the background. With Drew busy running Aurora and still healing from his own battles, Carly takes matters into her own hands. Behind the polished smile and that cool confidence, Carly launches a ruthless campaign that could ruin Nina's reputation for good. Her plan? To accidentally leak evidence suggesting Nina's insider trading played a role in Aurora's near downfall last year. But the twist? Carly doesn't plan to expose Nina directly. Instead, she manipulates Valentine Cassadine into doing her dirty work. By dangling the possibility of saving ELQ from scrutiny, Carly feeds Valentine just enough intel to make him believe he's acting in his own interest. Within days, the corporate rumor mill is ablaze. Nina's name circulates in whispers, her business partners start to distance themselves, and Valentine grows suspicious, but too late. Carly's fingerprints are nowhere near the chaos she caused. But karma in Port Charles never sleeps. What Carly doesn't anticipate is that Drew, now a man of integrity shaped by his prison trauma, will see through her machinations. When he confronts her, things turn icy fast. Do you even hear yourself? Drew demands, his voice low but furious. You're becoming everything you claim to hate. Carly fires back with that trademark fire. I'm protecting what's mine, Drew. You think Nina wouldn't bury me if she had the chance? This is war, and I play to win. The line between love and manipulation blurs, leaving their relationship teetering. For all her bravado, Carly's mask cracks when she realizes she might lose Drew in the process. Yet, true to form, she doubles down. Because in Carly's world, there's no turning back once the game begins. Anna's brutal assault, a hero falls. Across town, a very different kind of storm is brewing. Anna Devane, still reeling from the fallout of her resignation and the fallout with Valentine, finds herself walking a lonely path. But when she begins digging into a mysterious string of attacks tied to pikemen, Anna's instincts scream that someone is watching her. She's right. Late one night, after a tense meeting with Jordan and Dante, Anna heads home. The streets are quiet, the air thick with unease. As she reaches her door, she senses movement, a shadow, a flicker of motion, and before she can reach for her weapon, someone grabs her from behind. A struggle erupts in the darkness. Anna fights fiercely, but the assailant is skilled, methodical, trained. A blow to the head sends her crashing against the pavement, blood spilling as her attacker disappears into the night. Hours later, she's found unconscious by Dante, who's haunted by the sight of his mentor and friend lying broken and bleeding. "Call it in," he yells, his hands shaking as he checks for a pulse. At General Hospital, the tension is unbearable. Finn fights to stabilize Anna while Robert Scorpio paces like a caged animal, fury and guilt written across his face. Valentine rushes in, pale and breathless, demanding to see her. Elizabeth and Portia work side by side in silence as every second counts. When Anna finally regains consciousness, her first words chill the room. "It wasn't random. He said my name." That one line sends shockwaves through the PCPD and WSB alike. Whoever attacked Anna wasn't a stranger. It was personal. And now the hunt is on. Valentine's breaking point. Valentine's world spins out of control as he realizes that Anna's attack may be connected to his own secrets. Despite his recent efforts to walk the straight path, his ties to pikemen won't stay buried. As whispers emerge that someone from his past has resurfaced, Valentine's guilt and rage consume him. He visits Anna's bedside, trembling as he takes her hand. "If this is because of me," he begins, voice breaking. Anna, ever the warrior, weakly shakes her head. "Don't make this about guilt, Valentine. Make it about justice." But Valentine's darker instincts ignite. He vows to find whoever hurt her, and make them pay. His descent into vengeance threatens to undo every step he's taken toward redemption. The town reacts, lines drawn, loyalties tested. Word of Anna's assault ripples across Port Charles. Sonny Corinthos, already dealing with his own battles, takes it personally. "No one attacks Anna Devane on my turf," he growls to Dex and Brick. Even Carly, in the midst of her own schemes, pauses when she hears the news, her face softening, if only for a moment. Meanwhile, Jordan, Dante, and Chase launch a relentless investigation, but their leads hit dead ends. Until one clue surfaces, a piece of fabric from a jacket known to be worn by a recently released ex-WSB agent. The plot thickens, pointing to a possible revenge plot tied to Anna's old missions. And yet, one person seems to know more than they're saying: Cyrus Renaud. From his hospital chapel perch, he offers cryptic words to Laura: "Sins have a way of returning to their maker. Even those who serve the law." Carly's scheme collides with chaos. As Port Charles reels from Anna's assault, Carly's plan spirals out of her control. Valentine, consumed with rage and grief, retaliates in ways she never foresaw. When he discovers she manipulated him into leaking false intel, his retribution is swift and ruthless. "You used me," he spits, glaring across the Metro Court lounge. "While Anna lay fighting for her life, you were playing puppet master."